Well, thank you, and good morning, and welcome to Manchester, home of MEN Media, and welcome to the Trinity Mirror Commercial Conference 2015. I should start by thanking you all for braving the elements this morning and making the journey in such abysmal conditions, which is really surprising because for the time that I've certainly worked in Manchester, it's very rarely ever rained. And it's never snowed, so I don't know what the hell that's all about this morning. But I think given the programme that we've put together today, I'm confident that your journey will have been well worth it. I must admit, earlier when I arrived this morning, I was a bit worried because I thought I would be presenting to an empty room. And you're probably wishing that I had after you've heard me speak. But I think that it's wonderful that colleagues from all over Trinity Mirror have gathered here in Manchester for the next 2 days. So the latest travel update, unless there's been a slight change, is that our colleagues in Ireland haven't left Belfast yet, so they might be late. And Manchester Airport is closed, and so certain people are parked, I think, on the... if they call it parking a plane, I'm not sure what they call it, but people are parked on the runway, and I think some of our colleagues from Scotland are also likely to be late. But most important thing is that everyone's safe and we're all here and looking forward to the next couple of days. And it really doesn't seem like 12 months have passed since we last got together in Birmingham for the Driving Audience and Driving Revenue Conference. And what a difference a year makes. And what an incredible journey we've been on since we last got together. The change that we've experienced in the last year is nothing short of incredible. And the business today is wholly different to the business that it was just a year ago. And I think the opening video clip perfectly illustrates that point. The number of people we reach today, the engagement, the connections that we have today is unsurpassed. And the last time we reached as many people as we're reaching today was back in the early 1980s. And that's something that I think we can be justifiably proud of. This is not the Trinity Mirror that I joined just 3 years ago. It's changed. It's an altogether different organisation. And I think it's changed for the better. And we've changed, every one of us in this room, from the people that we were 12 months ago. And I believe that this transformation has made us stronger as a result. We've all witnessed a major behavioural, cultural, and structural shift across the organisation. A rigorous focus on growing audiences, delivering reach, and improving response for advertisers. A change in the language that we use today, and the unrelenting and forensic focus on mitigating print advertising decline with digital revenue growth to secure a profitable and sustainable future. Now, 12 months ago, we were talking about it, but today we're doing it. And we are delivering on the strategy to transition to a dynamic and growing media business that is an essential part of our customers' daily lives. But of course, what we need to do now is to ensure that that message is getting through to the wider business and advertising buying community. This is not the business that they might think it is or it was. Because we have, all of us, taken a leap of faith, and we need to ensure that we're taking our customers with us. We are growing digital audiences, we are improving engagement, we are increasing reach, and we are improving response for advertisers. And print and digital combined is a hugely powerful and effective combination. And our strategy and our promise and our determination and concentration in growing digital audiences to mitigate print revenue decline with digital revenue growth is now a reality. with many, many businesses achieving exactly that with digital display. And of course, as much as we recognize the digital future, it's critical that we deliver strong print revenue performance, engaging and relevant editorial content, and best-in-class newspaper sales, as print is still vital, it's still crucial, and it will remain essential in the coming years to provide us with the finances to reinvest in the future. There is still an awful lot of tread on the print tires, albeit through a re-engineered publishing model. I think, though, the biggest threat to us is still ourselves, and we threaten our own future if we cling to old assumptions and expectations. Just a little over 50 years ago, it was said that it was not possible to put a man into space, let alone put a man on the moon. And I've witnessed this in this business and in this industry over many, many years. People who said that it was not possible for free ad newspapers to encourage people to buy and sell without going through the traditional newspaper. I remember when eBay started and people said that people wouldn't transact with eBay because who in hell would advertise on eBay and then buy something that they'd never seen and accept it coming through the post. And I was about when they said that Rightmove wouldn't work and Auto Trader online wouldn't work. And what I've discovered is that the people who say it can't be done are always overtaken by someone else doing it. So what we need to do is to continue to embrace change, to accept and support the need for continuous reinvention. So our business model will continue to change in the digital economy and to reflect the way in which our most precious assets, our readers, our users, and our advertisers want to engage with us. Our opportunity is about how we optimize our news brands and our relationships and how we capitalize on the trust and respect of our readers and users. Because here's the truth, the medium is secondary to the brand. What matters in the future is not the method of delivery, but the relationship we have with our readers, with our audience, earning and retaining their trust, their respect, and their loyalty, and delivering value that directly affects their lives in a meaningful way. A newspaper is not to put ink on paper, but to bring together a like-minded community based on geographical proximity, ideological sympathy, or communities of interest, and create value through those connections. And our business is all about gathering and distributing news and information through whatever channel we use to deliver it and whatever channel the audience want to receive it. Our business, as in any business, but especially our business, is about trust. Trusted by our advertisers, trusted by our readers, and trusted by our communities. It's about encouraging passionate conversation, supporting people to make a difference, celebrating and sharing success, and championing our audience's aspirations. And that's what this conference is all about. Of course, sharing our similarities and celebrating our differences, challenging conventional wisdom, challenging beliefs and perceptions, and to leave here tomorrow afternoon feeling energized and enthused, informed and educated, inspired and stimulated. Celebrating our differences encapsulates one Trinity mirror, different disciplines, but everyone working together to drive the business in the same direction, at the same speed, and in the same way. And we're able to achieve this through commercial excellence, whilst recognizing the differences across the wider group and across the different commercial disciplines. So the next 2 days is about celebrating our differences as we work together to engineer a creative, sustainable, and profitable future. It's also, of course, about getting to know colleagues from across the wider group, establishing new relationships, and to enjoy ourselves and to have some fun. And I think we've assembled a conference program that does exactly that, and hopefully encourages you to be an active rather than passive audience, and I'll come back to that in just a minute. So the questions we seek to address at this conference: What does the future look like? How will we need to change to meet the needs of our consumers? What more can we do to retain our print audiences while seeking to grow our digital? How do we drive revenues deeper and broader across our wider portfolio? And what innovation is happening? And how can we replicate the success of others? And what new publishing models are we adopting? And what must the modern newspaper look like to reflect the changes in consumer attitudes and behavior? And what has been the impact of social media, and how can we optimize the opportunities such societal change brings? All very thought-provoking content from a great range of speakers with the absolute credentials to enthuse, stimulate, and challenge. So finally, how can you get actively involved? Well, let me tell you, the Wi-Fi password for the conference is found on BT Open Zone, and the Wi-Fi password is, all lowercase, is guest. And the feedback, of course, from last year's conference was that the breakout sessions didn't really work, so we're going to try something different this year. We have a tweet wall above the main screen. And as the conference progresses, and whilst the speakers are presenting, we'd like you to tweet any questions, observations, or comments that you might have to hashtag TMCC15. We're then going to group your questions where there's a common thread or theme, and in the Q&A sessions, led by Rupert, who will invite the speakers back onto the stage, he will then handle the questions and direct them through and to the panel of speakers. And of course, if we don't get enough audience interaction, then what Rupert will do is that he will ask questions of you, the audience. So please do get involved. So, from a housekeeping perspective, please do put your phones on silent, but please do participate and tweet any questions or observations that you might have. Now, finally, last year at this conference, Simon Fox is, as you probably know, since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, Simon was a member of the Magic Circle. And last year, Simon decided that he would do a magic trick. Now, I decided back then that there was no way I could perform any magic tricks, but I have this ability, as you witnessed last year at this conference, that I have the capability of being able to mind read. And I am picking up a lot of positives from everyone in the audience this morning. But I decided that after last year, because for those of you who weren't here, I'll be honest, Simon bombed out. Okay? He nearly set the hotel on fire. He set his own wallet on fire. There wasn't a lot of money in it, I have to say, but he set his own wallet on fire. I think he was going to try and use the line about igniting the audience, but of course it went very, very badly wrong. So I thought what I should do this year is that, and I don't know if Simon's actually going to do any magic this year. I think he's probably lost a lot of confidence because of what happened. So I decided that I should do the magic this year. So I got myself a giant pack of playing cards. And I've been, as you would expect me to, I've been practicing at home. Anyway, after a few weeks of practicing, my wife said to me, do you know, I really think you're going to need to give this up as a bad job because you're really, really crap at this. So I've decided to put away the cards and instead show you an amazing piece of magic that I know once I've completed it, you're going to be give me rapturous applause. And so this is it, okay? How amazing would it be? How amazing would it be if I was to take this hanky, multicolored handkerchief, and I was to take the handkerchief and I was able to change the colors? Would that not be impressive? Very impressive. Very impressive, I agree. So watch very carefully, please, because this is a very quick trick. A lot of things I do are very quick.